Hi there, Karen Flaherty from Living by Human Design. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're having a great weekend. We have back to school, back to university, back to work after the Labor Day weekend. And so now, where's your mindset? That's what we're going to be talking about today, your mindset. Okay, so we've got the sun in gate 47, and the 47 is right here coming off the top of the ajna, which is, think of it as the third eye and the mind, the brain, right? That's all in the ajna, which is the white right here. It's the white triangle pointing down. The 47 comes off the top of it, and it's in the channel of abstraction, which is not the logical side, it's the other side, right? It's the creative side of the brain. So that's where this one sits. So it starts on September 9th and it goes until sometime during the 14th of September. And we've also got the Earth in gate 22, which is the gate of charm and grace. So it's kind of an interesting combination with 47 being the mindset and 22 being charm and grace. Now, they kind of both go either way, but there's a difference. The 47 is part of the mind, right? And so think of it as you've probably seen those quotes from people, right, that say it's always your decision if you're happy or not. Well, in a way, it is your decision if you're happy or not, but it's your decision if it comes from the head or the ajna. And you've got it, and especially if you got the 47. Some people have the 47 all the time. We'll all have it this week, or we'll all have the feeling of it this week. And so with the mindset, it literally goes back and forth. It's like a balancing act. Some people can be, happy and up most of the time. Other people, not so much. And you literally can go back and forth. It is where you can make the decision in your mind, whether you want to be happy or not. But that's because it's in your mind. Big thunderstorms here going on right now. If you happen to have the solar plexus defined and you've got that 22 coming off of it, well, the charm and grace is the same thing. It goes back and forth depending on how you're feeling and depending on how your wave is, your emotional wave. So with the emotional wave, that's part of the body. That's part of the, chemical makeup of you. And so if you happen to have this solar plexus defined, and you've got the gate 22, the charm and grace is going to go up and down, just like your wave goes up and down. So it's really not as much in your control as the mindset is. So that's why it's an interesting, matchup here, right? With the two of these. Overall, we have no definition in the chart this week, except for the moon changes, which can sometimes give you some definition. Meanwhile, the retrograde planets, Mercury has gone away from being retrograde as of August, I think, 28th. It went back direct. But we've got planets still retrograde in Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, as well as the nodes. Again, time for introspection in those areas. So let me get into the mindset a little more in charm and grace. So with the sun in gate 47, we call it mindset. In the I Ching, they call it oppression or realization. And in quantum human design, we do call it mindset. So the incarnation crosses this week are the crosses of rulership, oppression, and informing. And the way mindset's described in the Jovan Archive book that I have, it's a restrictive and adverse state as a result of internal weakness or external strength or both. Again, going back and forth, right? It's like a balancing act. You can be happy, you can be sad. It's almost like you could be happy or up or feeling good or optimistic. Any of those, on the upward side of mindset could be going on, or you could be the other side, the sad or depressed even. You could be pessimistic, definitely. This is definitely where a pessimistic mindset comes in for a number of people. And for a lot of people, it's just hard to get out of it. And so I'll just say that people with the gate 47, especially if it's in their conscious sun, do struggle with this because they don't know why they're feeling this way. They don't know why they can't, they know the good feels good, but they can't understand why they can't always get there. And so this is where it is a decision in your mind that will change this. And once you make the decision to go there, it could be for a little while, it could be for a few days, it could be for a few months, it could be, depending on you, it could be any of those. But keep in mind, as I said before, if you've also got the solar plexus defined, you're still going to experience the wave that will go up and down, up and down. And so you don't have as much control over the wave. While you have some control, you don't have as much control over the wave that you have, the emotional wave that you have, but you do have control over the mindset. And so this is where you do want to take control if you can of having a positive mindset of feeling optimistic, of feeling as happy or joyous or whatever it is that works for you works. But then with the when you're on the downside, you get to make a decision to get back. So that's how that works. And then in the gate 22, charm and grace, it's also called openness because it can be it's very much about being open to the emotion, to your own emotions and to the emotions of others that are around you when you have this as part of your design. It's a quality of behavior best suited in handling mundane and trivial situations. And why is that? Many times we have to be charming and graceful when we are experiencing situations that aren't necessarily what we want to be doing if we had our druthers, right? If we could be doing something else, we'd rather be doing it, but we'll be charming and graceful anyway, and we'll, get through this dinner or this networking function or this, family event or, any of those things where charming and graceful wins the day if you can muster that charmed grace, right? And so if you can do that in the mundane situations, then you've probably got a leg up on a lot of other things too. In quantum human design, we call it surrender. Surrender because basically you're surrendering to the situation. You're surrendering to what is, and you can get through it if you have that charm and grace on your side. So, so with that, hope you have a charming and graceful week. Watch your mindset, see if your mindset changes, see if you have the opportunity to be charming and graceful, or if you have an opportunity to change the mindset sometimes, because sometimes you'll need to do that. Have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.